This little ultra-wide lens gives you one of the widest possible views that you can get with the Lumix G85 or any other micro four thirds camera for that fact. And it's not even a fisheye lens. This is the Laowa 7.5mm f2 Dreamer, a super tiny, compact, lightweight, ultra-wide, rectilinear lens for the micro four thirds camera system. I've been using this lens for a while now and I have some things to say about it. Some good, some not so good, but overall, this lens has earned a spot in my micro four thirds kit. If you're new to the channel, my name is Mike Mandigo and this is Passion Video. Thanks for stopping by. As we all know, or I should say most of us all know, the micro four thirds camera systems have a 2x crop factor, which means that any lens that we put in front of our camera is basically going to double the focal length. So if we put a 12mm, it's going to, with the 2x crop factor, that's going to be a 24mm. A 50mm would then become 100mm, and so on. You get what I mean. The cool thing about this lens from Laowa is that it's 7.5mm, and when you include the 2x crop factor, it's still only 15mm. This view is a lot wider than any of the lenses that I've been able to use previously before on my micro four thirds camera system. Most lenses with this wide of a field of view usually have a fisheye effect where the outer lines tend to warp and bend. The Laowa 7.5mm f2 Dreamer is a rectilinear lens. This means it was designed to help keep vertical and horizontal lines straight without them warping or bending that much. Right now I'm filming on the Sigma 16mm f1.4, and with the 2x crop factor, that's giving us approximately a 32mm field of view, like on the full frame camera. So like the building behind me, if I would want to have to try to fit this building in behind me, I would need to have the camera another like probably 40 feet back, and I wouldn't be able to be this close in front of the camera as well. So that's one good thing about this Laowa lens, that you can really compress an area that you're in and make it look cool. Okay, right now I'm standing in approximately the same spot. The camera's in the same spot. All I did was switch the lens out to the 7.5mm Laowa f2 Dreamer. And right now you can see the big difference in how much we can fit in the field of view with the building and keeping myself in the frame as well. I can get like pretty close up to the camera. I don't know how well I'm going to be in focus right now, but for the most part, it does a good job at keeping everything in the frame and keeping things in focus. Let me know in the comments what you think about the field of view. Right now I'm approximately 8 feet away from the camera, and the camera is around maybe 17 feet, we'll say, from the wall. And then in between, I'm around 10 feet. And I'm able to fit this whole building in here by making a creative choice and having the camera approximately 6 inches off the ground and angled up towards the building, so you can fit everything into the frame. All right, so I'm standing in approximately the same spot as I was when I had the 7.5mm f2 Dreamer hooked up. Now this is the view that you're getting with the Sigma 16mm with the 2x crop factor on the Panasonic G85. Let me know in the comments what you think about the difference in the field of view that you're getting when we're switching between these two lenses. Pretty big difference, don't you think? There's 4 versions of this lens available. I thought that there was only 2. I just found out about the other 2 when I was doing a bit of research for this video. The 4 variations for this lens are a standard version, a lightweight version, a version that has an auto aperture, and they also have a cine version that has modded gears. All versions are fully metal, and the lens consists of 13 elements in 9 groups. The standard, lightweight, and cine versions have 7 aperture blades, and the version with the auto aperture has 5 aperture blades. I just put up 4 there, but it has 5 aperture blades. All right. All lenses are fully manual, except for the one that has the auto aperture. That one is also able to record the metadata from the camera. But the focusing on all 4 lenses is going to be manual as well. Let me know in the comments if you've heard about these lenses before. Have you had a chance to try out any one of these lenses on your micro four thirds camera systems? If you have, let's talk about it down in the comments below. I own the standard version myself, I picked it up back in 2020. I paid around $847 in Canadian currency for it. You can get it right now for approximately $527 in Canadian currency on Amazon. Apparently, if you want to get the Cine Mod version, it's going to set you back around $1,000, and you're going to wait around 3 weeks for them to mod it for you and have it sent out. In comparison to some of the other lenses that you can get in the Micro Four Thirds camera system, these lenses aren't the cheapest, but you do get what you pay for when it comes to quality. This lens has a 110-degree field of view, and its minimum focusing distance is 12 centimeters or 4.7 inches. So basically, this ultra-wide lens also can serve as a macro lens. Almost. With the solid body and build on these cameras, it's surprising to see that they come in at 170 grams for the standard lightweight and cine version and 150 grams for the one with the auto aperture. All four versions have a length of 55 millimeters or just over 2 inches in height. When you compare this lens in size and weight to other lenses in the Micro Four Thirds lineup, you're going to be shocked to see the difference. The Laowa 7.5mm f2 Dreamer is a fraction of the size compared to these other Micro Four Thirds lenses, but still packs unbeatable quality for its field of view and size. It's the perfect lens for going handheld, throwing it on a gimbal, or even using it with a drone like the DJI Inspire. A couple of downsides to this lens is there's no autofocus like was mentioned previously, and also there's no image stabilization. If you have a camera like the Lumix G85 or any other Micro Four Thirds camera that has built-in image stabilization, that's going to take care of that problem for you. The second downside to this lens is focusing issues at times, and that's due to personal error. What I was doing was just using the monitor on the back of my camera, and because it's so small, sometimes when I would pull the footage back onto the computer to review it, some of my shots would be a little bit soft. What I ended up doing was using an external monitor, and then with the use of the external monitor, I was able to make sure that everything was tack sharp, and most times after that, when I bring the footage in, it looked great. So if maybe you're finding that some of your footage is looking soft, perhaps you just need to get yourself a monitor as well, like I did. The filter thread size for these lenses is 46 millimeters, with the exception of the Cine Mod version. That's going to be 49 millimeters. You're able to get filters that size if you want to, but what I've been doing is just using a step-up ring and then adapting that to a filter that I've already had previously for my full-frame lenses. Also, another thing to note, while I was doing the research for this lens, I found out that all of these lenses have what they call a frog eye coating. And this frog eye coating helps it so that water doesn't bead up on the lens when you're going in and out of cold conditions, or if you're in like foggy conditions as well. So like similar to how water would bead off the back of a duck's feathers, just like that. It's a pretty cool feature. If you wanted to put this lens onto your camera and use it for like an all-around vlogging lens, you could do that also. It's possible. The one thing that you got to watch out for is like sometimes if you have the camera at like a weird angle, it could make your head or part of your limbs distorted. So that's like one thing that you kind of need to watch out for. So if you've been filming in small spaces and you're finding that you're not having enough coverage with the lenses that you got, maybe you might want to consider picking up one of these Laowa 7.5mm ultra-wide rectilinear lenses. It can really help you to gain some more perspective in the area where you're filming, and it could help you switch up the shots that you've been getting with your Micro Four Thirds camera. All right, well, that's going to wrap up this review for the Laowa 7.5mm f2 Dreamer. If you got any value from this video today, make sure to slap the like button on the way out, and I'll see you in the next one.